Thank you. Good morning, boys.
Good
Good
morning, ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
Start with a new chapter that is light. Let's
Reflection of light.
the reflection of light. What do you see over here? It's a reflection of light. Can you see this beautiful picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Reflection of Alaska. This is of
Reflection in
Alaska.
water.
Yes, a reflection of water. So beautiful. It looks like a glass, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Looks like a glass. How we see things. This is the way we see things. If the things are not being reflected in our eye, then we will not be able to see things. You should understand that.
Yes, ma'am.
Until unless it is reflected and it reaches our eye after reflection, then and then only we can see things. What is happening to blind people? The reflection is not observed by the eye. It is not reaching the eye. You understand? So they cannot see things. Hope you understood better. Then we will be blind. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can see over
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
What is this beta? I'm going to ask you
Torch.
questions now. You have to get yes. What is this beta? Torch. So this is torch. What is this light called as? Incident light. Am I
Incident
right?
light. Yes, ma'am.
Am I right, beta? Incident light. Now it is falling on a, this is
Mirror.
what it is called as mirror. Very good. It is falling. Then it gets reflected. So what is this ray called as? Reflected ray. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Agree, beta? And reflected
Yes,
ray
ma'am.
is perceived by the eye. What eye has got? Eye has got lens. Now you understood? Eye has got lens, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And then that lens will converge where? Behind the eye, which is called as retina. What it is called as, beta?
Retina.
Retina. And the image is formed
Retina.
over there. And when the image is formed on retina, we can see things. Until unless the image is formed is not formed on retina, we cannot see anything. Either it could be blurred, it could be not clear. Hope you understand. We won't get a clear picture.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes, ma'am.
that's why we wear spectacles, isn't it? Why are we wearing spectacles? To correct our vision. Got my point? Because it
Yes,
is
ma'am.
not forming, the image is not forming on the retina. Either it is forming before retina or it is forming after the retina, beyond the retina. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct it, we wear spectacles. All of you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how we see things. Let's see what exactly is reflection of light. Please read better.
Ma'am, can you repeat?
What happened?
Reflection of light. What makes things visible? When light falls on or is emitted by an object, our eyes detect that light and hence the object becomes visible to us.
Why the things are visible to us? The question is, why can we see things? Because whenever any light is falling on any object, or the object itself is giving out light, like light bulb, yes, the tube lamp, yes, the candle. So they are emitting light. What do you say? They are emitting light, is it? They are giving light. So they themselves are giving light. So they are called as luminous objects. What are they called as? Luminous object. So they are emitting their own light. So our eyes are detecting that light. So the object becomes visible to us. Simple. You understood or not? Hello. Either the light should fall on the object, then we can see. Or the object itself should be emitting the light, then we can see. Then the object will be visible, otherwise it will be invisible. Now, my question to you is during darkness, that if I put you in a room which is pitch dark, black, it is total in pitch darkness, will you be able to see anything?
No.
No. So that means are we blind? No, we are not blind, but it is not visible. There may be lots of objects in the room, but it is not visible. Why? Because the light is not falling on any object, so it is not visible to us. So for to make things visible, what is required with a light? I hope you have understood.
Yes, ma'am.
All of you. The light is very important for us to see. If there is no light, we cannot see. Simple. What do you say? What do you say?
Yes.
Okay. For examples, let's see over here. What is the energy? If I've written over here energy, what does this energy means, Vita? Which type of energy are we talking about?
Light.
No. Which type of energy? Light is glowing due to which energy?
Electric.
Exactly. So what I will write over here? Electrical
Electric.
energy. This energy is converted into which energy we talk over here?
Light. Light energy.
And
Heat.
heat energy. You understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Getting my point? What she have, you may not have thought about it. What I am asking you to do right now, isn't it? So I'm going in detail. Now we got the light. The bulb is glowing. This light is giving out which radiation? Electromagnetic radiation. The rays which is coming from the light is in the form of electromagnetic radiation. Yes or no?
Yes,
What
ma'am.
you get from the sun also is electromagnetic. It is being observed by the eye. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
What eye has got?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have got photoreceptors. What eye has got, beta? Photoreceptors. What is the meaning of
Photoreceptors.
photo? What is the meaning of photo? Light. Photons. Photons is the light packets. The light. Photons is the light. And receptor is the cell which receives. You understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
So in the eye we have the photoreceptor cells which receives this light, and in the brain there's one sector which will identify the color, what you saw, which color you saw, which light, with the help of light, what you saw and which color you saw. You understand? That
Yes.
the brain will register. This is the how, this is how we make things visible to ourselves. You understand? Hello. What you see is due to this mechanism, due to this phenomenon. All of you understood better? All 10, 11 people who are
Yes, ma'am.
who are present? All of you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So light scatters as goes. Please continue.
Light scatters
Speak.
as goes. Light scatters and loses energy the further away from its source.
What does that mean? Can anyone explain? What does that mean? Can you explain in your own words? Light scatters. What does that mean? That it is moving away from the source in many directions. Okay? For example, you see there's a hole in the window pane. Okay? Or there's a crack in the window pane. And you can see light coming, filtering in the dark room inside. What do you see? You see this sort of mechanism. From here it goes like this. Yes or no? This is a hole in the window. And you can see some particles moving like this. Have you ever observed in the dark room? Have you ever observed like this phenomena? Hello? The beam of light coming inside the room. Have you ever observed like this?
Yes, ma'am.
What is this? It started with a narrow beam and then it scatters. So it becomes like this scattering. This is called as scattering. The beam becomes very broad at the end. So it starts like a narrow, and here it becomes such a broad beam. That means it is losing energy. It was intense over here, it was very concentrated over here, right? And here it becomes less. It is losing energy as it goes away from the source. You agree or not? Yes or no? Take your car, take the headlight of your car. The road just next to your car will be very clear. But as the headlight is focusing far away, that will be a bit hazy. Don't you see?
Yes, ma'am.
That's exactly I'm talking about. That near it is very visible, but as it goes away from the source, it fades, it becomes faint. You understood? This is what I wanted to convey. For example, here it is going to be very clear, visible, but here it will be a bit faint. Yes or no? That is what they are trying to tell you. Now, what is light? Please read.
Can I read?
Yes, beta.
What is light? Light is the part of the EM spectrum which we
What is
can
EM?
see.
Electromagnetic. What is EM, beta?
Electromagnetic. Light travels in straight lines called rays. A bundle of rays is known as a beam of light.
You know everything? You know everything, whatever you read just now? Or is it something new to you? This answer, beta. Whatever you read, do you know about it, or is it something new that you have learned today? Why no answer? Boys, you have to be interactive, beta.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, what am I asking you? Whatever you read just now, is it something new to you, or you already know about it? What happened? Are you understanding what I'm asking you, boys?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand what I asked you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So you know or you don't? So what is light? It is electromagnetic spectrum. We already know about it, right? Travels in straight lines.
Ma'am,
That also we know. Which are called as rays. Light rays come from the sun. It travels in straight line. We know that.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
bundle of flames. It's called as beam of light. That also we know. That is what I'm asking you. You know about it or you don't know? Or did you learn something new today? See, this is a ray. One. This is a ray. And there is a so many rays, parallel rays. So it is called as parallel beam. What it is called as beta? Parallel beam. And in this case, from one beam it is diverging. So it is called as divergent beam. And here it is converging to focus. It is coming to a point. So it is called as convergent beam. So now you are quite well versed with the terminology that we are going to use in this chapter. Hope you have understood.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What is reflection? Read.
Reflection. Light that bounces off an object like a mirror or shiny materials. Mirrors reflect light at the same angle that the light strikes them. These work the same way as a ball bouncing off from a flat surface.
So What are we comparing light with? We're comparing the light with a ball bouncing or with a bouncing ball. Light bounces off an object. If the light does not bounce from an object, we cannot see. So that means reflection is a must. What did I say, beta? Reflection is a must for us to see any object. If it does not reflect, we cannot see the object. You agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, how does it bounce? How does it reflect? Either it is a mirror or a shiny material, glossy material. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
is written over here? Mirrors reflect light at the same angle. That means if this is the surface, if light falls on the surface or a mirror, it will reflect at the same angle like this. It will go. The way the incident angle has formed, the reflected angle will be the same. The same thing we observe when we hit a ball onto a ground or onto the wall. It comes back with the same force at the same angle. For example, look over here. If the ball is hit like this, it's making certain angle. Yes, the same angle will be made for it to bounce back. So this is called as incident and this will be called as reflected. Understood, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, begin.
Reflection. Reflection is the bouncing of light rays off surface. We are able to see non-luminous objects as light is reflected off them.
Now, just now we read that reflection is what? Bouncing. So what is bouncing over here? Light rays are bouncing from a shiny surface. This much you agree? This much you agree? Like a bouncing ball, the light rays are also bouncing. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Second is that if there are certain objects which are not luminous, that means they are not emitting their own light. For example, let's take duster, let's take pencil, pen, book. They are not emitting their own light. How can we see them? Because the light is reflected from them. Then only we can see them. You understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Because the same thing, the
Yes.
book I'm talking about, let's take the book. Let's take a rubber or a pencil. Let's take one room which has got light. And let's take another room which does not have light. Where we can see all these objects where there is light. And we cannot see all these objects where there is blackness. You agree?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is required? Light is required. What is required? Light is required. Until as we are not giving light, where will be reflection? In presence of light, there will be reflection. Isn't it better? In the presence of light only, there will be reflection. If I'm not giving any light to the object, do you think it will reflect? It will not reflect. You understood? So light is a must for reflection so that we can see the object. Any problem?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
All of you are understanding better?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is the shiny surface. Okay? This is the shiny surface. And this is the incident ray. What is this ray, beta? Incident ray. And see, it gets reflected at the same angle. This
Reflected
is
ray.
reflected ray. This much are you understanding? Okay, beta, all of you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, read.
Reflection. Most objects we see reflect light rather they emit their own light.
So what we understood over here? That most objects, whatever we see, are they luminous? Except bulb and tube lamps or the candles. Other objects, do they have their own light? No. The objects that we see, do they have their own light? I'm asking you a question.
No, ma'am.
Isn't it? So what are they doing? They are reflecting. What is bulb, candle, tube lamp? What are they doing? They are emitting their light. You understood? You understood the terminology?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So they are giving out their light. So they are luminous objects. That does not mean that we cannot see the non-luminous object. We can see because they are reflecting the light. Understood? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This is again a reflection. It's a beautiful reflection. What do you say? Can you see the reflection? The mountain and the forest? This is the mountain and the forest. And look at the reflection. Isn't it? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you say about this? How beautiful it is, see? This is also reflection. Can you see the line? You can see this line? You see this line
Yes,
better?
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
See the reflection.
Yes, ma'am.
This is nature. So beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we'll talk about one terminology. You look yourself in the mirror every day, isn't it better? You will
Yes,
see
ma'am.
one phenomena. You will see one
Yes, ma'am.
phenomena that if you're raising your right hand in the mirror, what shows your left hand, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're raising your right hand in the mirror, in the image of yours, what shows your left hand? So your right hand is showing the left hand in the image. Your left hand is showing the right hand in the image. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
And
ma'am.
this
ma'am.
is called lateral inversion. What it is called, beta? Lateral inversion.
Love
Any
inversion.
problem, boys?
No,
I'm
ma'am.
giving you just
No,
tips
ma'am.
how to understand. Okay? Let's see. Let's read, beta.
For example, you are the object and what you see in mirror is your image. You are identical to your image as seen in the mirror. In case of a plane mirror, the image formed is direct and same size as the object. But there is one difference is is in your left and right. When you move your right hand in the image, it seems as if your left hand is moving. This is called lateral inversion, where left appear be right and right appears to be left.
Okay. Some of the things you understood. First thing is, now you are the object. You are in front of the mirror and you are watching your image. Hello, boys. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you're the object.
Yes, ma'am.
You're the object. Where is the
Yes,
image,
ma'am.
beta? Where is the image? Behind the mirror, isn't it? Where is the image? Behind the mirror.
Yes, ma'am.
Go towards the mirror, your image will also come towards you. If you go away from the mirror, your image will also go away from the mirror. Have you observed that? Do it today. Do it today. This is all science. Okay? Fine. Now, second question that I'm going to put forth is your height and the image height is same or is it short or tall? Is the height of the image same? Boys, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
What is it? What is the answer, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
No, I'm asking what is the answer?
No.
Hmm? Height is not same.
Yes, ma'am, the height will be same.
Height will be same. Absolutely, it will be same. The
Yes,
image
ma'am. It will
height
be
and the object height will be same. So you are identical. You look the same as you observe your image in the mirror. Is it clear? So you are erect. Are you upside down? Are you inverted or are you erect?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see
correct.
your do you see your legs up and your head down in the image? Or you look the
No.
same? So you are erect. What it is?
Correct.
You are erect. If your legs down, sorry, if your legs up and your head down, then it is inverted image. What it is, beta? Inverted image. That's why I'm asking you. So we are erect in the image. Okay, fine. You are of the same size. Only one difference is what? Your right becomes left and your left becomes right. That is all. You understood now?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Fine. So that
Yes,
becomes
ma'am.
lateral. This is called lateral inversion. What it is called as, beta? It is called as lateral inversion. You can see
Lateral
over here.
inversion.
Yes. This is your
Lateral
right hand.
inversion.
This is your right hand. And the image is showing left hand.
Left hand.
Got it? So my
Left
right
hand.
Yes,
becomes,
ma'am.
the object right becomes image left. Got it? This is
Yes, ma'am.
image. Any problem regarding this topic, beta? Lateral
No,
inversion?
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Same thing. Now, certain things are written on your,
No, ma'am.
on some
Physics.
alphabets are written. Some alphabets are written on your uh,
Physics.
t-shirt. Yes, on your t-shirt. So, what happens? It looks like this. This is called again lateral inversion. You understood?
Yes, ma'am.
This is
Yes,
lateral inversion.
ma'am.
So, these are the lateral inversion of letters. What happens when light strikes an object? Please continue.
Ma'am, can I read?
Yes, better.
When light strikes on, when light strikes an object, light travels in a straight line. It will continue moving in a straight line until it hits something. Depending on what it hits, light may behave in very different ways.
So we know one activity we had done, remember, that light travels in a straight line, isn't it? Now, there is a candle, for example. This is a candle, okay? And this is your eye. This is your eye, isn't it? This is your eye, okay? Now, if you take a straight rod, you can see the candle. But if I take a bent rod, can you see the candle?
No.
No. That shows that light travels in a straight line. All of you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Now this will keep on moving in a straight line. The light will keep on moving in a straight line until it strikes something. Until there is a obstruction. It will keep on moving in a straight line. When it is obstructed, the light gets reflected. Hope you understood. Did you understand or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, depending on what it hits, is it hitting a tree? Is it hitting an object?
Yes,
You see the
ma'am.
colors. See, what is the color of the tree? Green.
Green.
Okay? That means the green light is reflected and others are absorbed. What do you say? Only green light is so I can see it green. You understood or not? If I see any color as black, that means all the colors are absorbed. You are getting my point what I'm trying to say. You will come to it later. And if all the colors are reflected, that means it looks like white. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, over here, I want to show you. This is the light source. Maybe it is a bulb or a candle, anything it could be. Okay? And this is your eye. This is your eye. Okay?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Fine. And this is a box kept over here. Now see, we do one by one. See,
Light rays travel straight in straight lines from the light source.
just a
When
moment.
it
Just a moment, beta. The first thing it says that it comes in a straight line from the source. You agree?
yes, ma'am.
That's the first thing we agree. Okay. Now the second point.
When it hits an object, some light is absorbed. The rest reflects off.
Fine. Now what is the meaning of opaque object? For example, let's take this as an opaque object. What is the meaning of opaque object? The light does not, you cannot see through. Opaque object is, it blocks the light. You cannot see through. The light does not pass through the opaque object. Is it clear? It's dark.
Yes, ma'am.
So when it hits an opaque object, so what happens? Some light is absorbed and some reflects off. See. Now it hits the opaque, so some are absorbed and some is reflected. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood? So some got reflected. Now next, if the object is
If the object is transparent, light rays pass through it easily.
fine. Now if I say that this is a glass, this is a glass. So the light ray will pass through it very easily. Nothing will be reflected. The whole thing will be passing through it because you take glass, take the window pane, you can see through and through. You can see who is on the other side of the glass. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Because the light rays are passing through it easily. Fine. All of you are understanding or not better? I am getting only one or two yeses. Boys, you have
Yes,
to
ma'am. Yes,
understand
ma'am.
this.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to understand. Fine. Third one.
If the
Third,
object is translucent, some light can pass through, but the receipt of the light
rest,
will be reflected.
rest of the light. Now it is translucent. What is mean translucent? That you can see who is on the other side of a glass. Like how you call it as tinted glass, thick glass. In certain glasses, it is colored. Hope you understand. You can see someone is there, but who is there you won't be able to see. In glass, you can see, oh, this is the person, I know him. But in translucent glass, there will be a person behind that glass. You can see that there is a person, but who is the person you won't be able to see. Whereas in opaque, you cannot see anyone. Hope you got the difference between transparent, translucent, and opaque.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in translucent, what is happening? Some light will pass through, so I know who is the person, but rest of the light will be reflected. You understand? But the rest of the light will be reflected. Got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the difference between opaque object, transparent, and translucent.
Yes,
All of you
ma'am.
understood? All of you understood better?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's see the reflection of light by a flat mirror. Read better.
Reflection of light by a flat mirror. Light reflects symmetrically at the incident light angle is equal to reflected light angle.
Fine. This is symmetrical reflection. Now let's take this one as a mirror. This is a mirror. Can you see this better? This is a mirror. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the incident ray. Agree? This
Yes,
is
ma'am.
the, you have to be very careful with the arrows, the arrow head rather. The arrowhead, you have to be very careful. So this is the incident beam. It incidents over here and the reflected beam. What I have drawn in between is the normal. This is the normal. You understand? So what I say R, so angle I is equal to angle R. You agree?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the first law of reflection. What is the first law of reflection, beta? Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Any problem?
No, ma'am.
Any problem?
Ma'am,
Same
lecture
thing.
is over.
No, still one minute is left.
No, ma'am, any problem.
Read.
11.6. The laws of reflection. The angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection. The incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal are all in the same plane.
What we learned just now, only the first part. Which part, beta? This one. Angle I is equal to angle R. We learned this, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, the second law is the incident ray, this one, the reflected ray, this one, and the normal, this one, all lie in the same plane. You agree?
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Yes,
all.
ma'am.
These are the two laws of reflection. Over. You know everything. First law is angle I is equal to angle R. The second law is the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal lie on the same plane. It's over. Is it difficult?
No, ma'am.
That's all. You learned the laws of reflection so nicely, isn't it? Okay?
Yes.
Fine. Now I will close down today's session. I hope you have learned something new, something extra, something different topics altogether. Do you find it difficult?
No, ma'am.
Hmm? Do you find it difficult, Vita? Any form? Yes?
No, ma'am, no doubt.
Okay, good. And please try to do very well in the exam. That is FA4. And don't disappoint me this time. I'm looking forward to uh, your performance this time because you all always say that yes, you did very well, but you fail me most of the times. Is it clear? Is it clear, beta? Is it clear? Boys, can you hear me? Boys, can you hear me, beta? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me? No?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Please tell others to be present